What's up guys, Dials46 back with a review of the ꜱᴜ Marui M870 breacher. Now I know I'm about 3 years late on this, but better late than never. It's a really fun gun that I did want to sit down and talk about because I've had a really good time with it. This is going to be the gas version of the tri-shot system that Marui invented in the late 1990s. This is going to be modified by ꜱᴜ Marui for gas use. So the cool thing about that is you're not really struggling to pull that pump where you would have to cock the spring on a spring-powered version. The pumping on this to load BBs into the chamber is a lot more enjoyable because you're not having to cock back a heavy spring like you would on a spring version. Now pay attention because this is going to get a little bit confusing. It has the option to choose between tri-shot and six-shot. So with a tri-shot, you're going to get about 350 feet per second with a .20 gram BB, to whereas if you load 6 in with the 6-shot option, it's going to shoot about 300 feet per second. But before I go too much further, this gun's going to have a set hop up for a .25. But if you do your research, you'll see that a lot of people say that the set hop up on Marui tri-shots is actually set for 0.23 gram BB, which was really popular in the early 2000s and you don't see a lot of anymore. But with a .25, you'll be doing just fine. With the breacher model, you're going to fill up that green gas tank reservoir, and that'll last you about 2 to 3 shells per tank fill. So the ꜱᴜ Marui tri-shot shells are going to hold 30 BBs. So that's going to be 10 BBs on tri-shot or 5 BBs on 6-shot option. Here's one of my big complaints about this gun. The shell trapdoor button, that would be the bolt release on a real 870, is a little bit soft. So if you catch it on your chest rig or any pouch that you have on your abdomen section of your plate carrier or anything like that, it could be prone to pre-ejecting that shell. You could accidentally hit that shell ejector and it'll drop your shell out. And that got kind of frustrating, especially if you're using it in a kind of light situation where it's not going to be so much direct action and you kind of leave it to rest on your abdomen section. So keep that in mind. Another thing that I want to know is that this gun, unlike other spring-powered tri-shots from ꜱᴜ Marui, does not like the Chinese-made clone 30-round shells. So it really likes the Marui shells. And the reason I say that is a lot of guys will complain that their Marui breachers, their 870s, their gas-powered 870 breachers, they will encounter weird BB feeding issues where they'll only get like 4 or 5 BBs when they have it on 6, or if they have it on a 3-shot option, it'll only get like 1 or 2 BBs. So I think what it's coming down to is that some of these Chinese clone shells are just a millimeter, just a hair shorter than the actual ꜱᴜ Marui shells. I've never encountered this problem with ꜱᴜ Marui shells, with genuine ꜱᴜ Marui 30-round shotgun shells, but I have encountered it with some clone shells, so keep that in mind. The awesome thing about this gun is that a man-sized target at 100 feet is no problem. This thing absolutely shreds. At 20 and 30 feet, no problem at all. It keeps a really tight grouping out to about 60 feet. And the BBs will definitely go further than that, out to about 150 feet, maybe 160, 170 is a little bit pushing it. And you can still kind of graze and float those BBs in on people, but that's really not what this gun's designed for. So if you're trying to shoot those ranges, this might not be the weapon platform for you. The safety is going to be located right behind the trigger, and you'll see that here. It's a push button. Push to one side and it's safe, push to the other side and you're ready to rock. My other big, huge complaint about this gun, and it's kind of a letdown because I really love this gun. It's a really fun, small gun. The construction on this thing is awesome. Full metal. The cocking sound, the cocking feel when you're racking that pump is awesome. It sounds great. It feels great. It's got good weight to it. It's full metal construction. But my big gripe, and it's not just me, I've talked to a lot of ꜱᴜ Marui M870 owners out there, these gas shotgun owners, and every now and then I'll just be walking around minding my own business, not shooting, and I'll hear an internal leak. Now the leak's not coming from the fill tank. It's not coming from the green gas tank reservoir. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It sucks. It's really unfortunate. It's actually coming from like internally, inside the gun, inside the receiver is where I'm hearing the leak from. So it's almost like maybe the release gasket or valve is kind of leaking, which really sucks. And I've talked to guys about what they recommend for the fix, and they say you really just got to lube it down. But no matter how much I lube it down, I always tend to run into these leaks. And it's not, again, it's not when I'm using it a lot. I'll just happen to be walking around, and every now and then, and this isn't always, but sometimes, I'll just hear that small leak within the receiver, and I know that I'm losing green gas, I'm losing power, I'm losing the function of my gun, which really sucks.
Stay low, stay low. There you go.
So in the end, I really love my Marui 870 breacher. I think it's going to be great for indoor arena play for sure. So if you're doing like those 10-15 minute pickup games, indoor arena, or even like outdoor, you know, small pickup game type stuff that only lasts 10-15 minutes, it's definitely going to excel at that. This thing shreds. It's awesome. Having the option to choose between 3 and 6 shots is awesome, but For like a longer milsim event where you just want to put it on a backpack or have backup or use it as a secondary type thing, I really wouldn't recommend it. I've tried it myself, and unfortunately, I've ran into that internal release valve leak, and it just makes it undependable when you need it. So you're walking around and you try to go to your Marui 870 breacher, and you get a couple shots out, and then it's out of gas because it's leaked somewhere without you noticing, and that really sucks. If you are using this for like those pickup games, those shorter games, the 10 to 15 minute long games, you don't really have to worry about overshooting. I know in Airsoft, a lot of times you almost got to train yourself to shoot 2 or 3 times where normally you'd only shoot 1 just to make sure the guy calls his hit. But with something like this, you switch it to that 6-shot mode and you're putting 6 BBs on a target, and it's awesome. They're definitely going to fill it, and there's no way that they're going to be able to shrug that one. And if they do, I would find your nearest admin, because that's crazy. That's just crazy. So there you go, guys. The Tokyo Marui M870 breacher. Love this thing. The internal gas leak sucks for sure. And I hope that some of these newer gas shotgun clones that are coming from like Jag Precision, I'm really hoping that they might have looked at that issue and done a fix on it. And if that's the case, then maybe we'll have to do a review on those clones later on. But probably not, because Marui is pretty awesome and it's really hard to get better than that. There you go, guys. Really fun gun for sure. If you're looking to do some quicker games, if you're looking to fill up that tank and use that tank, expend it in about 20 minutes, you're fine. If you're looking to put it on your backpack and kind of leave it there for a longer milsim game where you're going to be walking around for a couple hours before you might even touch it, I wouldn't really recommend on it. Unfortunately, it's not really that dependable when it comes to that situation. So make sure you guys give me a thumbs up. That really helps my videos. And make sure you subscribe and check out some of my other videos on my channel. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.